Hey, what's going on everybody? SalJohnF1 here, and today we're going to be talking about different things you can do once you find yourself on the low ground. So without keeping here too long, let's get right into it. Alright, so I get asked kind of often what to do when you're on the low ground, what to do when someone ramps over you, or just, yeah, when you're on a low ground, or people commenting on my videos saying that they don't know what to do. Every time they're on the low ground, they pretty much lost the game. So I'm going to tell you what I do and just kind of my thought process. So short answer, there's not one way to do it. There's multiple ways to play it, and I'm going to kind of go over a couple of those ways right here. First, let me grab a gun. So there's a couple ways to do it. You can either decide to retake the high ground, you know, keep during your building, stuff like that. You can try to retake it with like your pyramids or putting walls over them or something like that, or just try to build battle even further to try to retake it with different techniques, is what I'm saying here. And also, you could shoot it down. You can drop to the low ground, shoot it down, find a weak point in the structure to bring them down. You can also bait it. There's just different ways of doing it. Also, you can return fire from the low ground when a lot of people don't expect it, and you will catch people that way. So let me just kind of tell you what I mean. So like, let's say you got a build fight going on. You know, I don't know. Let's just kind of. I don't know. Let's just making a little labyrinth here. All right. Let's get a little higher. Let's just say whatever happens here. You go up, boom, he ramps over you. And say he puts the floor, he gets like this. It's a it's a lot harder to do anything at that point, right? Anyway, so he gets over you. Oh, whoops. Come on. There we go. So he's over you, he's doing his thing, and you're kind of losing the high ground. There's a couple ways to do it. So you can also drop to the low ground, like I was saying earlier. Find a weak point in the structure. Now, it's like right here. So this would be like a kind of a good spot right here. Anyway, you would look for like weak spots in the structure so you can like take things down. You don't have to jump all the way down to the floor. You can just shoot like something like over here. You can take these down. Also, if it's your edit, you can be quiet and you can just take off the top row of these things, and that'll count. Like then you can, like when you start shooting, or if you chop. I like to chop rather than shoot, unless I chop one of these and then I shoot one from like further away. Like that's kind of what I do. Chopping is a little quieter, so I'll usually chop, and then if I want to be really fast, like I'll edit what I can, chop, and then I'll shoot something over there. And then the shooting will be the last thing I do, so I try not to alert him too much. So the idea is you don't have to go all the way to the ground. You can shoot from here, find little weak points, bring him down. Sometimes it won't kill him right away, but it'll bring him down enough, and while he's falling, you can go up and try to retake the high ground, and then fight from here, or whatever happens, whatever the case is. The thing you gotta worry about when you're doing that is you gotta keep your ears on him. If you hear him dropping, if you hear those footsteps land, and he's on his way down, you need to stop trying to shoot this thing, or stop like just trying to chop away, because you know he's coming, and then you have to be ready for him, or be ready to fight again. Also, you can bait it. So sometimes you can bait by shooting one way, and then just taking off, right? So you can, that's definitely a way. So you'll bait it. You gotta still listen to him, because you don't want to just shoot and then go, because you have to know if you successfully baited him. Once you start hearing, doing a little of this, and then you can also, if he's not respecting your bait, go ahead and take it down. You know what I mean? But if you hear him dropping down, and he's dropping down, and he's respecting your bait, then you go retake the high ground as soon as he comes down, or something like that. That's one way to do it. You can also shoot from the low ground. Shooting from the low grounds is definitely viable. Let me show you a little trick real quick. Let's say he's up there. He's over here somewhere. And you know how they start shooting through your stuff? They're shooting. You're just holding it. You're holding it. And he's trying to laser you through it. Here's a little thing. When they're shooting constantly, they get more bloom. So like, look, right here, I'm getting first shot accuracy. It's getting wider. The longer I hold it, you can see the reticule kind of goes out. And then, but these first couple shots right here are a lot more accurate than when you just hold down the trigger. Because now you have a lot more bloom going on. Same thing with like all these automatic whatever. So if he's shooting at you, right, that means, and he's holding down trying to laser through, he's gonna have more bloom. So sometimes you can see him shooting, it's starting to break, you're ready for it, and as soon as the last thing breaks, you can return fire and then you rebuild again. Granted, there is RNG factor and he can get some headshots in there because he does have high ground or whatever, but I would try to like aim for his head, and as soon as it breaks, return the fire and then rebuild it. And then that's gonna put him, and usually at that time, he's like, oh, he's not expecting it. That's a good time to try to retake the high ground. He's hurt now. He wants to get some heals, and it's just easier. It's another way of returning, just being able to return fire. And it's a little combination of all these things if you're losing high ground a lot. Between being able to return fire, you build up around, you know he's gonna peek up here, take the shot, and then keep going, and then just keep building up for the high ground. And that guy's gonna be nervous to peek you. And you're whittling him away. He wants to get some heals off. He might take some time to like shield up, and then that's also time that you can also build up. Or if he's respecting your build, then he's not going to have time to shield up. Things like that. And then there's the obvious ways, or not the obvious ways, but the more common ways of retaking high ground is just kind of outbuild him. That's what this guide's not largely about, because I have other guides for how to build and things like that and things to do. But you can rebuild. Pyramids is a nice one to do right there. They get above you, they ramp above you, you get the pyramids off. Things like that. Use your pyramids a lot to see if you can catch them in and stop them. They're super useful. If you're not using them, it's time. It's time to get your pyramid game down. So it's just being able to outbuild them and waiting for them to do certain things and reacting with that. Also roofing off. If you get an opportunity, put a roof over them. If they're ramping alongside you or something, try to get your roofs over them. Whatever you can do to slow them down, and that lets you get the advantage. So that's what the pyramids are used for. But yeah, there you have it, man. That's how those are the different philosophies of the low ground. We didn't get into specifics of how to outbuild your opponent and things like that. That is for different videos or things that I've already talked about and stuff like that. This one is just for the ideology and more of the different options you have. You don't always have to go for the outbuilding. It's okay to drop down. It's okay to shoot back and return fire from the low ground. Things like that, just so you guys have an understanding of what to do. But yeah, man, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys liked the video. Hope it helps give like kind of insight to what the options you have there are. And yeah, we will see you guys in the next one. And for all of you guys who've been tuning into the stream and all that kind of stuff, love you guys. You guys are awesome, amazing. And yeah, hit that thumbs up if you like it. Let me know what you think in the comment section. And if you're not subscribed already, go ahead and subscribe, because I keep coming out guides, videos, and all these things. And our streams are lit. All right, guys, y'all take care.